Status 6 Poseidon is the latest weapon to light up Russian propaganda organs. An extremely long-range missile that can travel at high speeds and cause massive damage. It is said that Poseidon's nuclear warhead could be as high as 2 megatons. According to Russian newscasters, the Poseidon project could create a tidal wave that could destroy the surroundings of any coastal target, thus generating wide radioactive contamination that would render large worldwide areas unsuitable for military, economic, or human activity. Nevertheless, it wouldn't be the first time that Russia has been caught baffling, and they are known around the world for using state-owned news and social media to overstate military capabilities and trumpet their supposed effect. While many Western skeptics believe that this novel weapon is all booster and no payload, it is also possible that Russia might already have a nuclear device with doomsday capabilities. Status 6. On November 10, 2015, Russian television channel NTV accidentally revealed the recent construction of Status 6, a new top-secret oceanic multipurpose system. The leak happened at the same time that President Vladimir Putin was giving a speech denouncing the American plans on defensive missile technology. Soon after, the entire world began to speculate whether this coincidence was some sort of warning sign or disinformation intended to mislead foreign intelligence services, with the Central Intelligence Agency concluding that the leak was intentional. In 2018, years after the weapon was first mentioned, a draft of the Pentagon's Nuclear Posture Review finally acknowledged the development of the Status 6, or Canyon, Russia's newest intercontinental nuclear-armed, nuclear-powered, autonomous undersea torpedo. Developed by the Rubin Design Bureau, the weapon is an 80-foot-long, nuclear-powered autonomous torpedo armed with a nuclear warhead, capable of delivering both conventional and nuclear payloads. The type is one of Russia's 6 newest so-called strategic power weapons, alongside the Skyfall nuclear-powered cruise missile and the Avangard nuclear-tipped hypersonic glide vehicle. The series was developed in response to the United States' withdrawal from the Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty, and to increase Russia's capability to overcome the powerful American missile defense systems, including anti-ballistic missiles, railguns, and laser weapons. Moreover, the type is often referred to as a drone, as the nuclear weapon can navigate on its own and may even have the ability to be remotely redirected or abort its mission after it is launched. The most powerful weapon. While most of the weapon's actual capabilities remain shrouded in mystery, Poseidon's key strengths, according to Western analysts, are believed to be its capacity to operate deep and fast while underwater with little to no warning, making it very difficult to intercept. With an estimated top speed of 55 miles per hour, the weapon is twice as fast as a conventional submarine, and thus much harder to detect. What's more, based on the few known facts about the Poseidon and its dimensions, Russia's newest nuclear warhead yield could be as high as 2 megatons. This figure, which is repeatedly reported by the Russian TASS news agency, is more than 100 times the strength of the Hiroshima bomb, and 10 times that of the latest version of the B-61 thermonuclear gravity bomb developed by the United States. The most likely candidate to launch this new missile is the Belgorod submarine, a 1990s nuclear submarine redesigned to be configured as a special operations vessel, capable of operating unmanned underwater vehicles. After several funding issues, the Belgorod, one of the largest submarines in the world, was delivered to the Russian Navy in early 2022. And according to several sources, the type could someday carry up to 6 Poseidons on board. Ready or not. According to Pentagon documents, Russia conducted the first test launch of the nuclear-powered missile on November 27, 2016. It happened in the Atlantic Ocean and using the provisional B-90 Sarov special-purpose submarine. In a March 2018 speech, President Vladimir Putin proudly described the upcoming nuclear drone, claiming, quote, "They are quiet, highly maneuverable, and have hardly any vulnerabilities for the enemy to exploit. There's simply nothing in the world capable of withstanding them." The president further added that its nuclear power is unique for its small size, as it's 100 times smaller than similar units, but far more powerful. According to Russian news agency TASS, the weapon system was officially named Poseidon that same month, in a public contest held by the country's Ministry of Defense website. In early 2019, with the project in full swing, the Russian Navy announced plans to procure at least 30 units of Poseidon unmanned underwater vehicles to serve in the Russian Northern Fleet and 2 in the Pacific Fleet. Putin then announced the end of Poseidon's key stage trials and followed up with a video showing a Poseidon being test-launched by a B-90 Sarov special-purpose submarine. Still, as is common with Russian defense development, there's no set date for the Poseidon to go public, but several Allied sources estimate it could be ready by the 2030s. Radioactive wave. On May 1, 2022, popular Russian state TV anchor and conspiracy theorist Dmitry Kiselyov made some wild claims on his evening primetime show, one of the most watched in the country. According to his sources, a strike by the Poseidon nuclear underwater drone system could wipe out the entire United Kingdom, as its massive payload has the power to drown the nation under a 1,620-foot tidal wave of radioactive seawater. Carrying extreme doses of radiation, the wave could then travel and disperse a radioactive wasteland over a large part of Europe, leaving some countries, such as France, Belgium, the Netherlands, and several Scandinavian nations contaminated for a long time. Kiselyov's daring comments were accompanied by video animations of the giant Poseidon torpedo, a menacing wave, and the United Kingdom and Ireland disappearing from the map. If tested successfully and placed in a submarine, Poseidon could give the Russians unprecedented advantages in naval warfare. A weapon like Poseidon would be unstoppable if deployed overseas, with the range of a 2-megaton nuclear device blasting over the densely populated US East Coast. If these claims are true, Poseidon's capabilities will fall outside the treaty between the United States and the Russian Federation on measures for the further reduction and limitation of strategic offensive arms, also known as the New START. And in addition to inland targets, the strategic nuclear-powered combat drone could also target US Navy aircraft carrier battle groups and be able to eliminate several warships with just one launch. All talk. While the underwater drone is not yet ready for deployment, its potential has caused the United States Department of Defense to pay special attention to the latest developments of the doomsday weapon. In an interview with the press, Commander of the United States Strategic Command, Admiral Charles Richard, stated that the Poseidon and other weapons, like the Skyfall and Avangard, quote, threaten to redefine Russia's nuclear force with asymmetric strategic weapons capabilities never before fielded. It is likely the United States Navy is currently looking into developing potential countermeasures to detect and stop the submarine-launched drones. However, the lack of information has led to much speculation about the weapon's actual abilities. And to further contribute to the misconceptions, the type is an entirely new weapon category and cannot be compared to previous systems. As of 2022, none of the submarines that would be able to carry such a large warhead are yet operational, and it appears as though Poseidon is being used solely for propaganda. Only time will tell if there's any truth to the Russians' claims. Thank you for watching Dark Tech. If you enjoyed our video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with someone who might like it. And for more historical and military content, make sure to check out all our Dark Documentaries channels and hit the bell icon to be notified of our newest content. Stay tuned.